Okay, the live stream should be starting up relatively soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on up. Thumbnail update. So update the Rumble description. Rumble description update. Let's live stream. Yep, live stream's going over there. Let me check my other computer. I don't see the Rumble stream just yet on my other computer, but the Twitch stream looks like it's going, barring the advertisements. So let's go and get started. Today, we're first going to start out with a replay that was submitted to me by a person on Twitch. It was submitted in by, what's his name? His name is by NHN Forever AOE. I'm pretty sure he says he saw one of my videos I uploaded, so he sent me this replay to cast. So let's go and get started with it. However, I'm a little bit cautious about this replay for a couple of things. One, it's oh, I'm not sure which one's which. They're both Spanish as well. The biggest thing I'm really cautious. Yeah, I'm going to start this recording and go from there. Oh, got a bit of a bug right there. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the left side as the red Spanish, we have Sasa. So on the right side as the blue Spanish, we have Yoho. This replay was sent in to me by NHN Forever AOE through Twitch, so I'm thankful that he sent it to me. I'm a little bit hesitant casting this replay because this replay, I have not took one single look at this replay yet. This replay was 6,000 kilobytes large. My largest replay in my file, which is probably around an hour, is 2,000 kilobytes. I don't know why. I have sneaking suspicion this replay may be going on for around 2 to 3 hours. Guys, both hopeful and not hopeful in that case. It makes sense if it's a 1v1, this is a 2v2 or 3v3 of a replay that large, but this is a 1v1, so who knows how this is going to go. So let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. For the Spanish player, we have a gunpowder and monk civilization. Those work 30% faster, blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics, gunpowder units fire 80% faster, 20 plus 20 gold for each technology researched. Unique units conquistador, mountain hand cannoneer, missionary is, of course, is something you do with your wife. Unique tech is Inquisition, monks convert faster, missionary gets +1 range, and supremacy, villagers strong in combat. Spanish also gets all technology, and it's also a Spanish mirror as well. It looks like Blue Scout does go down, so does Red Scout. So both scouts are down, both feudal age is up. We do got barracks from both sides. We got sheep up there, spotting those fishies, contemplating life. And now you got the relatively early tower here. And there's another scout has been one field. Looks like blue's eyeing for a bunch of scouts. And this tower's in a good position there. Of course, you can't get access to ballistics. They're in feudal age. Blue's going for a good number of fishing boats. Red has not deployed out a single fishing boat at the moment. And in fact, this Ivax is decaying away right there as well. Blue's pushing forward with a galley. As well as this replay is slightly bugged out. Because if I look over here, look, I can't select any of these players. Granted, there was a recent patch that was released yesterday. I did not download that patch, so I'm wondering if this is something part of this patching system. So I have no idea. We will not be able to view each player. We will only be able to view the person that we have selected at the moment. And actually click on visible lock. So we have to play by ear with blue, but red we can at least view. Red is going for Castle Age. We've got relatively fast castle. Not so sure how fast is fast castle, but he has deployed out no military structures whatsoever. In fact, not even barracks, nor a stable there. Blue's scouts will receive quite a bit of fire there, and the galley will find an angle onto this market, and he will show that market who's boss. Of course, Blue does have some fishing ships out, so Blue's economy is going quite well. And if you look at here, I do not see the glow of the town center, so I believe the town center is just pulling out more villagers at the moment, if any. If you take a look at the villager count here as well, Red has gotten only 25 villagers out, Blue has technically 36, thanks to also inflated by the fishing boats, providing a good extra bit of food. So Red is behind. Red does delete that Maven Town Center scaffolding there. No, it's Fast Castle. Fast Castle into Fast Castle. Does that make any sort of sense? By the way, he's going to go rush for some not missionaries. He's rushing hand cannoneers, conquistadors. Blue has now advanced to Castle Age, so there was no glow on the town center. We did go for that, probably because we can't select Blue. I guess we don't see a glow if we don't have the player selected. Now we've got a pair of mountain hand cannoneers, conquistadors advancing on forward. He could go for some fast missionaries. But we probably won't see missionaries. We do not got the conquistadors advancing forward. They do have currently 3 pierce armor at the moment. Looks like the red player has researched 2 levels of pierce armor. Now red is advancing forward as well. For stone amount, we have only 9 stone for red, so I'm not super sure where these villagers are going. He may be eyeing for a forward mining camp here, but there's of course a watchtower in this region. These conquistadors are receiving a bit of fire now, and these villagers are advancing forward. He does not have supremacy. That's Imperial Age technology, so I'm not sure what these villagers are doing. He's pulling villagers on the front line, and it's not without supremacy? What is going on? We've got some stone walls being pulled out of the field. Does gun down that civilian. Another villager does go down. Why did I say civilian? That's not really different in this case. Villagers receiving a bit of fire there. Red's now advancing forward with his villagers. Villagers are... Does he have sappers researched? I think he may have sappers researched. Let's take a look. Can we see sappers here? I don't think we can see sappers here, can we? Red may have sappers research. I don't really know the damage. 3 damage, but it looks like he's doing like 9 damage per hit. So I think Red has sappers and using sappers. I have no idea, like, lost a number of villagers there. Red has only 27 villagers. Red has lost a significant number of villagers right now. Is pulling out more conquistadors. Wait, is sappers even a, sorry, I have to look up. Is sappers even a technology to get in this age? Let's see, castle. No, that's Imperial Age technology. You don't get conquistadors, petard, and inquisition. That is a technology I don't think I have ever seen research, so that's the part I was a bit confused about. So these villagers are still in the region. Blue's now trying to deploy on forward castle. Good number of kills there from these conquistadors. Red needs to continue building villagers. He is severely behind. In fact, there's also 3 idle here, making it even worse. But he's doing a great job of gunning down these villagers, that's for sure. Great job of dodging these arrows. Looks like Blue does not have ballistics just yet. Gunning down more and more of these villagers now. The castle may have seen some bit of damage there, but probably still need to get at least around 45,000 health out of 48,000. Oh yeah, I just realized something as well. I forgot to change my layout. My apologies. There we go. I realized I had the Couple Heroes 1 layout. What a great thing to do when you're casting replay for somebody who submitted it to you. My apologies. Additional relics are now being deployed out on the field. We do have this monastery ready to deploy out. Maybe a missionary? Probably a monk. He does need a little bit more gold there. Red still needs to build more villagers. Blues have a significant advantage of village account. But right now, Blue's having with his own production. There's some garrison inside this castle. Of course, I can't tell.
See?
Outpost is a good idea. Let's see how far its conquistadors, because it doesn't have the greatest vision range there. The outpost does provide good vision range. And Red is eyeing for a monk. He could pass now, won't be able to capture that relic. Blue maybe he'll catch up this relic. He may be eyeing for these monks here just for conversions. Remember as well, the Spanish do have a unique technology of Inquisition, convert faster, +1 range as well, and has access to a lot of these additional technologies. What exactly is the effects of a missionary? You really don't know the difference between it and the monk. Unique Mountain Monk converts enemy units and heals from the units faster than Monk, but slightly less sight and range. That less range is very important. I wonder if it has the same base health.
See?
Looks like they both have 30 health as well, so it's really not that useful. If honestly, missionaries could just receive a massive buff. Like if they were just simply faster, may have a bit more health and just more expensive, I say that's a reasonable trade-off because the less range is a bit of a problem. But oh, I just realized something. Going for a monk forward monk here for forward healing is actually not half bad. Red's now pulling out some more villagers to before front line. And Red right now has 30 villagers versus 56. They're going out forward to castle, receiving castle fire and watchtower fire. Buybacks being collected on the front line as well. And Blue may be coming forward to get some extra arrows in this castle. Or what gates? Double. Going at this castle here, he can quickly throw his conquistadors in there to get his arrow count really high. Does gun down a good number of these villagers. None of those gates have been deployed on out. Conquistadors trying to gun down some extra things. It does garrison these villagers inside this castle as well. Getting up to 7 arrows opposed this just 4 arrow count. It does take out that watchtower, very, very nice. Doesn't have ballistics at the moment for hitting those villagers. Deploying out a battery ram or two wouldn't be half bad, just help put some holes in this castle. It does build the conquistadors inside the castle now. Having all those conquistadors in there gave the castle up to 20 arrows. And the conquistadors going just guide to push on forward, trying to raid his opponent. Blue has built a large number of fishing boats and does deploy more docks up here for better collection. There's actually a whole lot of fish on this map as well, so these fishing boats have diminishing returns. It is very important, and they are not exactly cheap. They're nice to have, but they're not cheap. And Blue still has been neglecting his military production, hasn't he? Let's have 2 conquistadors here. Red's able to focus him down. He should have been building conquistadors constantly in these engagements. That's why another tower here. That's gone down a couple more villagers there. Blue has a superior villager count. And now do have this keep going on down. We're seeing a bit of fire. Blue's just struggling with military production in general. Red has to pull out a forward lumber camp here just to keep these villagers in the front line able to collect up resources. Does not convert that villager. Red's conquistadors moving around. There is another town center here for Blue. Villager production still pretty good for Blue, but he has these fishing boats, and they almost half the fish on the map has been claimed by Blue. At this point in time, he better not go for any additional fishing boats. He's built too many fishing boats probably already. Let's pull out some more docks here. Very, very good. Galley's still patrolling around. Good thing does not go for any additional research there. Conquistadors does take out this mining camp. Looks like there's some gold here, but of course the town center can provide the drop-off point, as well as good protection. And we'll find an angle there. Try to hit these villagers. Of course, hand cannon is not the Conquistador's not the most accurate unit. Let's see, what armor? So +2/+2 armor. For blue, we do see just +1/+1. I don't know if that really makes a difference in Conquistador battles. They do 16 base damage. So 3 shots will just do base damage of 48. The 4th shot will do a base damage of math and stream, bad idea. It will do 54 damage? So maybe take 5 shots to kill off everything. 3 shots definitely 48. 4th shot is, yeah, or 64. Yeah, 64. And so the extra pierce armor, so a 3 pierce armor, reducing that by 12. Wouldn't may actually survive another shot there, because 64 minus 12 is 52. Yeah, so the extra pierce armor is making a difference as opposed to, and I think it'll just leave them like down to minimal health. But now we do have some battle rams here. Conquistadors will have trouble versus battle rams. They do have an absurd amount of pierce armor, 180. These Conquistadors are now seeing a lot of castle fire, however. Battering rams are starting to slow down. These villagers need to be stopped collecting stone and start stabbing the battering rams. Battering rams do have -3 hack armor, so the villagers will do actually bonus damage to them. The castle, however, is almost down. Next battering ram hit does take out the castle. So blue does lose his castle needlessly. Got these Conquistadors, only 4 remaining. Red does pull out some more Conquistadors. Now blue's going for another defensive castle. Blue has a good amount of resources stored up. I'm not sure why he has not been constantly producing Conquistadors like his opponent. But his opponent had a castle right here for quite some time. Be a good idea to build some battle rams of his own. Or either age up quicker in order to get out some trebuchets. But blue is actually eyeing for a lot of... He's going for Imperial Age now. You can see almost 1,000 food, 800 gold, and there should have been Imperial Age right there. It's all massive consumption there. So blue's going for Imperial Age. Red is just going for more Conquistadors. No additional villagers. He's going to be satisfied with 41 villagers. Multiple blue villagers are starting to go on down as well. He's doing a good job of, while he's not deploying his own villagers, doing a good job of whittling down his opponent's villager count. Great damage there onto these Conquistadors, gunning down a couple more. Now this another battering pushes on forward, receive a bit of fire from these villagers. And this Conquistador will likely go down to the town center. These Conquistadors are chasing down these villagers. Blue has not been maintaining a good job protecting these villagers, that's for sure. But this dude has been doing a good job of claiming all the fish on the map. There's some fish still down in these little fjords. There's also a lot of stone on the outskirt islands. A lot of stone. There's 3 deposits on every single island. Some islands are conjoined as well. So that should be able to pull out plenty of castles for either player if they so choose. There is literally docks right there. Yeah, both. Red's now eyeing for another forward castle. See? Let's get inside the town center to get some additional arrows there. More villagers being brought on the front line for red. Problem is, even for blue deploys out trebuchets, he's going to have a severe number of Conquistadors can rush up and gun it down. Looks like red is running low on wood. Starting getting down some more of these villagers, and now there's Imperial Age for blue. Wheelbarrow now being researched for red. More of these villagers are being gunned down. Blue's having a late response to try and protect them. This town center is almost going down as well. We're seeing massive hand cannoneer or Conquistador fire. And that town center has enforced the garrison. There's a good number of villagers right there. Blue has a small defense force of conquistadors, not enough to engage his opponent. And now there's a trebuchet now sieging down Red's castles. Villagers say they need to go down here to start collecting this wood. If your opponent is harassing this area, just leave that area. You have some now more trebuchet shots there onto this castle. Red's conquistadors still roaming around. Don't see any additional technology for Red at the moment. More trebuchet fire. That castle will in fact go on down. Oops, and I clicked off of the window and I got rid of my Rumble stream. My apologies. And I got a bit of a spam there on my Rumble stream. So just had to get rid of that spam. And now these conquistadors have pushed me forward, gunning down some of these conquistadors. Still, Blue's just not maintaining good conquistador production against the opponent. He does have a significant reserve of food. He can get out as well as a bit of wood. He can perhaps go for skirmishers.
See?
Got more, another trebuchet. Now the trebuchet trying to hit this castle here. Blue's now trying to eye for another 4 town center, trying to claim this gold. He's going to lose a lot of these villagers to these conquistadors, that's for sure. This castle is just out of range as well. Town center will go on up when he start. Will immediately garrison it, try to get its arrows firing, get some good damage down to its conquistadors. Let's get this trebuchet firing. These trebuchets do actually have a decent amount of pierce armor. Wait, what type of damage to the hand cannon? I thought the hand cannoneer conquistadors do hack pierce damage. Maybe it doesn't do pierce damage. By the way, the trebuchets now receiving massive amounts of fire now. And I was trying to repair up the trebuchet while in combat. But he's out of resources to repair it up in combat. Yep, Blue's now out of wood. Needs to eye this southern wood line there. Needs to eye for more conquistadors. Red still does skirmishing around. Gets some great damage there onto that red castle. Additional watchtower fire onto these conquistadors, slowly whittling them down. And his trebuchet has been gunned down. Looks like Red is out of stone. Now it does purchase a bit of stone there from the market to get that castle repaired on up. Red's conquistadors are now moving around. Still got a relic here. Either side could try capturing it. This relic's claimed is still there as well. I'm not sure where Red's monk has went. And all these conquistadors advancing forward, trying to get a good damage onto these villagers. Or maybe not. Going for another watchtower here. Villager count still in favor of Blue, but a lot of these are going to be soon to be idle boats. Let's get inside the tower now. He may have... Nope, I don't think he has murder holes research. Yeah, he does not have murder holes researched. Blue's still having trouble with his wood collection. And he's still got more conquistadors being built by Red. Blue's has he can reserve of food and gold. I'm not sure what's being queued on up. Probably just more conquistadors. And this watchtower will in fact go down to the conquistadors. Trying to go for forward lumber camp there. There's still a bit of an area there for these forces to traverse right there, and there's something gunned down. It does partially wall off the conquistadors, but the house does not have a whole lot of health. You now got a trebuchet deployed out by Red, trying to siege down some of these watchtowers. Mining camp is starting to go on down. gets good damage there on these Conquistadors. Blue could advance forward. All these Conquistadors are quite wounded. His own Conquistadors could try to micro in order to pick off one at a time. Be a bit difficult, however. Red still has went to the Imperial Rage. Neither side has gone for, appear to have gone for elite Conquistadors just yet. Now we do have some trebuchet shots onto Blue's castle. Conquistadors are now engaging each other. 3 red trebuchets deployed on the field, starting to siege down Blue's castle. And now we do have the mining camp starting going down. He does, of course, do that. He's actually destroying these structures. That actually is important because Blue has not been maintaining good wood income. So destroying the structure is actually quite important. And there does take out all the Conquistadors now. Blue's castle is now destroyed, so he no longer has access to Conquistadors. And it looks like now Blue does back out of the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep, I'm not so sure why that replay was so large inside. I did do a virus scan to make sure it wasn't some sort of booby-trapped replay. Then again, who knows if it's something hidden in the background. By the way, wait. Yep, that was this one here. So, thank you for sending me that replay. Let's go ahead and go on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here. Another, oh, looks like I got the names sort of bugged out. Let's see if we can just quickly restart the game in order to fix those names. Yes, they did. Perfect. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Dravidians, we have Gaby. Spawn on top right side as the blue Maulians, we have Salazi Classic Pro. Let's go ahead and cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Dravidians, infantry and naval civilization, receive plus 200 wood for advancing each in the age. Fishermen and fishing ships carry plus 15, which there's no fish here, barring some small ponds. Air technologies cost 50% less. Siege weapons cost 33% less wood. Skirmishers and elephant archers attack 25% faster. It actually is quite important right there. Skirmisher fire. Unique units. Urumai swordsman, which I forget what that one does. Veracity and warship, it's not going to be important. Medical corps. Elephants regenerate 30 HP per minute. And Woot Steel. Infantry and cavalry attacks ignore armor. So blue may not need to go for his armor. Or red, I should say. Or blue. That was blue. Blue is the Maulians. Let's go ahead and cover their civilization bonuses now. Maulians, they are a infantry civilization. Buildings cost 50% wood, which is pretty nice. Barracks unit is plus 1 pierce armor starting from feudal age, which is actually pretty nice, as most people like going for early archers. And villagers drop off 50% more gold, which is a really good gold finish. Cabedo, which is a fast-moving, melee-throwing, knife-throwing unit. And you got some militia not put on the field for red. And somehow there is a red villager here walling in, trying to pull out a house there. He may be trying to eye for a tower rush there. There's a bit of a gap right there. I'm not sure what this villager's trying to do. Try and pull out all the palisade walls before going for a tower, I believe. The rest of the benefits is Tigui. Constructs can fire arrows on garrison, not that important. Rambe Cavalry gets plus 5 attack. That's pretty good. University work 80% faster. I have no idea what this villager's trying to do. You got a scout up there, trying to break down this wall. Doing a good job of just distracting his opponent's villagers. The villagers can be pulled up in line and let scouts just stab it down. There's not enough room there to deploy out a watchtower, and if she destroys one of her own walls, she will be exposed to those scouts. So I have no idea what this was supposed to accomplish. Militia do go down there. One of the scouts is a bit wounded. A red scout is right there. And now we got the spearmen advancing on forward, and what? I'm just a bit amazed about what's going on right here. They release the walls safely. Deploys out another house safely. Why is there a forward housing? Why are you proxy? Okay, he's going to try to fully proxy off that gold with houses and walls. He's trying to completely encircle that gold deposit. Blue does spot this gold deposit up there, so I'm not sure how effective this is going to be. And Red does have a spearman there. There's one, maybe two tiles of gold still exposed there, and plus I think there may be some space over on this side as well. And these villagers are going to take out these palisade walls. Got these scouts from the region. We do have a spearman still far on the field. Getting some good hits there onto the scouts. Does take out the wounded scouts as well. Archer does finish off that spearman. And now these horsemen are trying to hit this villager. It's going to take a long time to kill off these houses, of course. Because scouts are not like the highest damage dealing unit in the game. Red spearman almost got a kill there on that spear on the horseman. Archers are trying to get as much damage there onto that spearman as possible. The archer maybe will stay in a fight against that scout as well. Do got some archers supported up by Red as well as a skirmisher. Right now the villager count is 31 to 32. Very, very similar. Blue's not going for fletching and for the pierce armor. Very, very nice. Since Blue is seeing that his opponent's going for archers and skirmishers, going to go for early pierce armor. Additionally, remember he's mulling as well. He gets additional pierce armor, so stacking pierce armor is very, very good. Whenever there's some sort of damage resistance, the more you stack up, the more damage you prevent. For example, let's just say that skirmisher does 3 base damage to everything. If you have 1 pierce armor, it reduces damage output by 33%. If you reduce again additional pierce armor, its damage, and then you look at that 2 damage, it reduces down to 1 damage, making it ultimately a 50% damage reduction by getting 1 additional pierce armor. Sort of like if you have like another game, you went from 0% damage resistance to 10% damage resistance. If you go, that just reduces by 10%. But if you go from 80 to 90, another 10% increase, but different base levels, that would be a 50% damage reduction. There's like another scout there, very, very nice. And now we've got the skirmishers following him back, and the skirmishers are now trying to engage each other. Blue does have now 4 pierce armor. Red has no additional pierce armor here. Scouts getting some great damage on these horses as well. And now Blue's going to take time to recoup his forces. There are only skirmishers here. Skirmishers, I think, do a bit of bonus damage versus other skirmishers, spearmen, and scouts, if I'm not mistaken. Probably am mistaken. It's more or less a general purpose anti-trash unit, as well as anti-archer. Down south, we've got these scouts advancing on forward. You have now a marker being pulled up by Red. So a lot of infrastructure here by Red. It's going to take forever for skirmishers to finish those off. Houses do have -1 pierce hack armor, so scouts, villagers, and all those sorts will do extra damage. 1 extra damage, I should say. And now it looks like Blue is eyeing for his Castle Age. Red right now is not going for his Castle Age just yet. We've got this big wave of archers and skirmishers now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on these villagers. Okay, that is a mill. For some reason I thought that was a house at first. Got a couple houses being pulled up by Blue as well. It won't exactly prevent him from firing over this infrastructure. May want to pull them back now. May prevent some of this wood line being hit. But Red's going to just go around and hit from the side. Maybe we'll throw, yeah, we'll be able to throw those trees. Not big enough forest there. But we got 6 skirmishers here pulled out by Blue. Red right now has 7 skirmishers, though none of them are quite wounded. Blue does try to go for scaffolding there, but was unsuccessful. And trying to hit that wounded one. Looks like none of those spears did hit. Blue scout now patrolling around. You got some spearmen and archers in this region, but Blue skirmishers should be able to deal with this force. Red does, of course, spot this market as well. This force is sort of just skirmishing around for the time being. Handful of skirmishers right there. And just got more red scaffolding walls right there. Not gonna be all that useful though. But it's there. And now blue has received aged up. Red's now going for his Castle Age, halfway complete. Let's see what unique technologies blue's going for. He's going for knight production now. We got 2 knights on the build queue. Bloodlines, not bloodlines, husbandry being put on out. You can get bloodlines, right? Yes, he has already gotten bloodlines. Very good. And now the knight's pushing waves forward. This knight has plenty of pierce armor to deal with these skirmishers. A single knight will be able to hack apart all these skirmishers. And it looks like they'll hold grounds down, not making him too difficult to be killed off. Now this knight's advancing forward. The spearman can turn around. The spearman will lose in a 1v1 versus the knight, but we'll be able to get some good value off onto him. Another spearman advances forward. Oh, that one had no health left, apparently. Oh, and scout finally goes down over here. Knight getting some damage. Does go down there to a large number of spearmen. Got a good number of archers here. Red is like to Polygon Eye for crossbowman, Bodkin arrow research relatively soon once he gets his castle age up and going. Elite skirmisher being queued up by blue. Very, very nice. He sees the archer force. He has a good feeling that getting elite skirmisher upgrade will be very handy indeed. Trying to solve for the upgrade. It's almost complete. Going for Bodkin arrow himself. That'd be good for those skirmishers. Now there is a crossbow in research. Bodkin arrows almost complete as well for red. Blue's almost getting his Bodkin arrow. Looks like blue will get his Bodkin arrow research before red. And now we have Bodkin arrow research as well as the elite skirmisher upgrade. These skirmishers have 5 pierce armor. Crossbows have 7 damage. Be a good idea for blue to go for extra pierce armor as soon as possible. And now the knights do close in on top of those skirmishers as well, trying to engage those skirmishers. I keep on thinking that's an army, but it's just still all that scaffolding. Red's starting to lose some of his crossbowmen to the spearmen. And now I got the spearmen advanced, or not spearmen, pikemen advanced forward, trying to get some good damage there onto these skirmishers. Using the skirmishers to engage the pikemen by spreading them out. And these crossbowmen will escape up north. Down south, these knights are still advanced forward, breaking through the line of walls, now going for a house. Becoming a bit of a home wrecker he is. You have another town center pulled up by red. Got 3 town centers for red. Going for 3 villager production. Blue does have the advantage of villagers as well, 63 to 53. There we go. And now we do have those pikemen going on down. He's starting to hit this house as well. The house being repaired on up. It looks like blue does have 3 villager production as well. 1, 2, and 3. And also claim a good amount of stone there. Right now the stone count, red does have a small reserve of stone. I think, or blue I should say. I think red just may have spent some stone on somewhere. Crossbowmen are advancing on forward. You got multiple small groups of crossbowmen trying to charge them forward, trying to find any angle on these villagers. Town centers only have a range of 6, so the crossbowmen can even outrange those town centers. Knights advancing forward, trying to get some damage there. Does take out some of these villagers as well. Very, very good kills there. Though some of these knights are starting to go on down. You start getting that pikemen. Pikemen are going on down now. We do have these crossbowmen fighting some villager hits. Getting some good damage there. Knights are trying to close the hit, but I don't know if blue's lost any villagers. Maybe it looks like just 2. And these crossbowmen will be overwhelmed. This crossbowman group is not engaged at the moment. We got a large number of housing put out on front line for red that will help slow down his opponents because it will take a bit of time for horse to clean them up and will provide some decent spotting. And there is now a fresh Mangonel deployed on the field, being overwhelmed by the knight. Council's trying to get some good hits there. Does take up the knight there. Gets some good hit there on those skirmishers. Does send some damage on his own farm. It does kill off that skirmisher now. Knight's now intercepting these crossbowmen, slowly taking them out. This group is not being taken out. And now these crossbowmen are receiving a bit of fire from these knights. More of these crossbowmen advance forward, finding some good damage onto these villagers. Gains some good damage, not really getting good kills. Let's kill off that one there. Got a monster deployed on out. Blue's eyeing for from forward, housing himself. And now these crossbowmen will be overwhelmed by these knights. Blue's now eyeing a forward castle. Now I do have this castle receiving a bit of fire. Mangonel being put out on the front line as well. We'll have a bit of trouble versus all these knights. Let's find a decent volley there in the castle. And now here comes the knights. We've got a handful of pikemen in this region. They can get easily overwhelmed by these knights. And this knight does go down as well. Mangonel finds a hit there, killing off one of those knights. None of these knights are very, very wounded. The crossman could get some great work there. The gate is open. And now it's closed to the public. And this castle will be complete by blue. Pikemen receiving a bit of fire there. Red's villagers are now eyeing to pull out barracks. Blue's now eyeing for some monks. I thought I heard a relic being claimed. Got a handful of villagers being pulled up by red and going for more pikemen. Blue's now going for a forward mining camp, trying to secure the stone. More siege workshops. That's going to be great for these knights. And it looks like these knights will be cleaning up this archer range finally. We got a nice force being put out by red, 15 units, most of them crosswood, a handful of defensive pikemen. Maybe eyeing to hit some of these villagers. Some of this red's infrastructure is starting to go on down. Red, it does have plenty of housing at the moment, so losing all these houses will eventually put in the pop cap. Nice charge on forward. They will find those pikemen, as well as crossmen gains some great hits there. Red's advancing forward. You got more watchtowers now being pulled on the field, trying to stop this force from running around all too much. Watchtowers now firing away, getting some damage onto these various forces. Over here, Red's pulling out some more forces. Now do have armored elephants as well as squires being researched. More pikemen as well. He's trying to get some units to batter down perhaps this castle. Castle's loaded up with a bit of something. Not sure what it is at the moment. It is loaded up with some Gabetos, which they do melee damage. And that means they will do the extra damage versus the battering rams and not get stopped by their pierce armor. So they will be very effective versus those battering rams, that's for sure. Knight's trying to engage these spearmen. Does get a lot of free hits there. Scorpion firing away as well. Good hits there. Scorpion did soften up those crossbowmen quite nicely. I've got multiple armor elephants here. Armor elephants do have negative armor as well. They can be healed up by monks rather than by, what's it called? Villagers. And Red does cast in the GG now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Overall, he just had trouble with all those knights. And his opponent deployed out a lot of counters to those crossbows pulling out. So very, very good play by Blue. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the right side as the red Hindustani, we have a foreign name. On the left side, oh wait. Let's restart the replay because it's doing this bug again where it's showing the wrong players. And I wanted to make sure that showed up properly. So let's go ahead and start again. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the right side as the red Hindustanis, we have a foreign name. So on the left side as the blue Malay, we have Ming. Wait. Something's acting weird with the fast forward. Okay, I may need to restart the game after this replay because there's a little bit of bugs here. That first replay just was bugging out a little bit of everything. By the way, let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. Hindustanians, they are camel and gunpowder civilization. Villagers cost less each age, including Dark Age. Camarados get 20% faster. Gunpowder students get +1/+1 armor. Can build caravansaries in Pure Age, which I believe they do something involving the trade cards. I'm not so sure what exactly they do. Unique units, Golem, Infantry. I believe there are Spearmen that doesn't get additional bonus damage versus units. I think they do damage in a line, if I remember correctly. Imperial Camel Rider. Unique text. Grand Trunk Road, all get voting column is 10% faster. Shingati and Candidates get +2 range. Team bonus, camels and light cavalry units get +2 attack versus buildings. And on to the next player. For the Malay civilization, they are naval civilization. Perfect civilization for the desert. Advanced next age is 66% faster, which means you can get a nice village advantage starting in feudal age. And speaking of advantages, we do have a nice little militia rush. It does club down one of the villagers already. These villagers are now back to the corner. They're trying to deal with the militia now. Blue Scout needs to be brought back to the region. Blue Scout's rushing his way back over here. Another villager goes down for Blue. That is quite a bit of a loss for Blue. So that does mean his advanced to next age 66% faster has been neutralized. Because that means the village production is slowed down a little bit. And the other abilities, fishing traps cost 50% less, provide 3x food. Gonna kill down that scout, and now we do have there's the red militia remaining. If your armor upgrades are free, very, very nice. Gambit Warrior, which are a fast-ploying, half-population, weak infantry unit. Good, no reserve unit. Unique text, Thalacrossi, docks and harbors can fire arrows, which is not that important. And Forced Living, militia line costs no gold and replace official food costs. They don't get champions, but at least two-handed swordsmen that cost no gold. That's pretty good. And team bonus, docks get additional line sight, which is not going to be useful. I doubt he's going to play out docks on these puddles there. Those oases. Militia are going down. Good damage there. Both militia's gone down, but red did the damage. Taking out 2 villagers, meaning his opponent, his first age advantage has been neutralized. So now he will have potential higher villager production going to castle age, but not in feudal age, which is very, very important. We got these archers advancing forward. Red does, or blue has his wounded scout advancing forward as well. And now these archers will go ahead and close on distance. Blue does find a easy villager kill there, which does help out blue a little bit. 2 versus 1 villagers' deaths. Got some defensive spearmen here. They will have trouble versus these archers. Gold mine has been claimed. And blue has mostly walled off in this region. That may be opening right there. There's a big gap right here, but the town center can, of course, cover that with arrow fire. Archers trying to push on forward, trying to find some sort of angle on these forces. Skirmishers being pulled out by blue. Very, very nice. And red has a good idea that there's going to be skirmishers popping on out. Red has walled off the entire region. This villager is now trapped. But that does tell him that there's actually a pretty large amount of wood here in a nice safe position. This villager may just want to deploy out a lumber camp over here just to start collecting wood. Archers do make their advance. Does receive some town center fire there. And Blue Scout. I don't think Blue Scout's alive anymore. These villagers could try just... Not villagers. Spearmen could just charge those archers. Just get each one attack each other and then Q move the other one. These skirmishers in pursuit as well. Very, very nice. And these archers will be backed into a corner. Does get a good volley there. Of course, they have the high ground reduced damage. Does get taken out. One of them goes out there. Another good volley there. And that archer goes down. It's going to fast forward once again since both players in equaling phase. Blue's now teching on up as well as researching supplies. Red is also aging up as well, so both players will have a similar castle timing. Blue has castled up first. And red now has castled up as well. Villager count is slightly in favor towards blue. And now you've got the lion eating that spearman. You now have a defensive castle being pulled up by red, which will annihilate these forces, though it's not exactly a threatening army in the first place. These skirmishers do minimal damage. They are not even fletching. And the 2 inherent armor of the villagers will make it so these skirmishers just do 1 damage each. Who would have known that getting impaled by a giant throwing spear does not a lot of damage? You now have long swordsman research there for the Malay. He's going to go heavy for infantry forces. Malay. Is that a militia cost? Is that an Imperial Age? Yes, Force Levy is Imperial Age technology, not a Castle Age technology, so we can't get that just yet. And the Hindustani's barracks is starting to go on down. He's trying to go for a siege workshop. Either Scorpions or Mangonels wouldn't be half bad. The Circle Red is going to build in defense. We do have some of these unique units, as well as Cavalry Archers. Interesting. Cavalry Archers can be upgraded heavy, can't get Parthian tactics, but can get Thumb Ring. Parthian tactic does give you some extra armor, as well as additional damage for Spearmen, which can be quite nice, but if the opponent is Malay and is going to go heavy in Swordsman, you don't really need that extra. Parthian tactic is not going to make a big difference other than some like +1 melee armor. Cavalry Archers have been put on the field. Of course, Longswordsman right now have 4 pierce armor. Cavalry Archers have 7 attack. He needs to get out bottom the arrow as soon as possible. We do now have some Gulums being put on the field. Archer range start going down, and red's going to be eyeing to counterattack with some of these cavalry archers to try to get some village harassment, but you do got a very, very large number of swordsmen here. Oh, I wonder if Blue can get Gambersons. He can and does have gotten Gambersons, so these longswordsmen have a lot of good pierce armor. Oh yeah, +3 pierce armor, so I probably should have realized that a little bit better. Swordsman now charging forward. Red's having trouble maintaining the line. May need to get some more Gulum. I'm not sure how many Gulum he has at the moment. He's going for some monks, so try to go for some conversions. It's relatively easy to go for conversions on the long swordsman, but not the fastest things. Cavalry archers, no, that's a Gulum. Okay, Gulum actually do sprint around, move around pretty quick, and apparently they don't attack in the line. Maybe that's just requires an upgrade. Maybe I'm mistaken what that unit does. Good damage there. Spearman stabbing this villager, not doing a whole lot of work. Swordsman's trying to get some good damage there. Monk trying to go for conversion. Does convert one of those long swordsmen. Now he's going to be trying to be backing off into town center. If he stays in town center, the monk will see some health regen. I do hear some more monk conversions, and this time it's Blue's monk. He may have reconverted back to that long swordsman. Mangonel making us off straight away. We do got these long swordsmen advancing on forward as well, trying to get some sort of damage on in. Mangonel does get overrun by the long swordsman. He may just want to go for Scorpion's current rate, and a bit cheaper and a little bit easier to use against the long swordsman. Of course, they're a little bit less effective, of course. That's inside the town center. Town center does have 6 attack, so the primary arrow will do 2 damage, but it's all the extra arrows doing 1 extra damage each, doing some good work there. Red's villager count is at 55, Spawn's at 62. Conversion there, trying to go for one of these long swordsmen, and that monk does get stabbed. Got golems and long swordsmen for red as well. Red's just going for more villagers at the moment, needs a bit more of the defense force at the moment. Though Blue's force is not being reinforced and starting being picked on off, but we do have some more reinforcements being streamed on in. The cavalry archers do go down there, looks like they weren't microed properly enough. Dusanis. They do have a lot of camel stuff. They could potentially force Tech up, get good hand cannoneers. He may. All the assets to really engage all these long swordsmen are going to be Imperial Age stuff. Though golems are quite nice. Let's pick up that individual unit. We've got more forces being brought out over here. Town Watch is now being researched. Does load up in the garrison as well, which is far close enough to engage these long swordsmen, and he needs some villagers repairing that mark. He needs to hold the lines long enough for the swordsman to get some extra work done. The mark's already go down, mark has gone down, and now the swordsman will come advancing this region. Got more monks and golems being put on the field, but it's not deploying a large enough force. Tensor is now fully garrisoned, getting some great damage on these forces, that's for sure. Red's now advancing forward with villagers. He may be eyeing for a forward castle. Eyeing for a bit of a counterattack. And Blue does ping over here, apparently. And now we do have the... Oh, nice house placement there. Stopping these villagers from pulling out the castle. And the lion may have got a kill there on that villager. Blue's now engaging the long swordsman. And Red does back up the game now, unable to deal with all of these long swordsmen. Very, very nice game. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oh, Tatars. Greetings, everyone, and just as I thought, yep. Restart the replay. Showing the wrong players. There we go. I just have to make sure to restart the replay every time I start the replay now. Greetings, everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the right side as the red Tatars, we have a foreign name. Spawn on the left side as the Cyan Eakins, we have Banana Boat. Are bananas from South America or are they from Africa? Chiquita banana and a lot of those banana plantations that were during the barren times were originally in South America. Does anybody know if bananas are South American or African? I think they're maybe South American, right? Or maybe even Central America. Let's just go with the term America at this point. By the way, let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. Tatars, they are cavalry archer civilization. Villagers gain plus 50% wood from herdables. New town system spawn with 2 sheep starting in Castle Age. Unique units deal plus 25% damage when fighting from higher elevation. Thumbmarine and Parthian tactics are free. Unique unit Keshik, raiding cavalry. They get gold for each time they attack. And Flaming Camel, really it's a meme unit. And do not have a rush here. Oh, yes, perfect. Ecuador is where the origin of bananas, potentially. or Ecuador is famous for bananas. It is South America. We do now have the militia now engaging the housing there. Bit of a militia rush here. Let's go and cover the rest of these bonuses. Silk armor, step lancers, and light cavalry and cavalry just get +1/+1 armor, which is actually pretty nice. Armored siegecraft. Trebuchets get +2 range, enables the flaming camels. Cavalries get +2 arch line of sight. Archers get +2 line of sight. Blah, I'm getting everything mixed up. Incas bonuses. There are infantry civilization, as well as one of the New World civilizations. Military units cost 50% plus. It's starting Dark Age, 20% in Feudal Age, 25 in Castle, and 30 in Imperial Age. That's why we see a militia rush, because they are cheaper in food. Villagers are affected by housing upgrades. Starts in villagers affected by blacksmith upgrades starting in Castle Age. So I think that applies retroactively for anything research or Feudal Age as well. Houses support 10% or 10 population, not 10%. I'm getting all my wars mixed up. And buildings cost 50% less stone. Kamyek as a unique unit. There are melee spear infantry unit that gets 1 range, so they are like step lancers. Slingers, there are an anti-infantry archer unit, if I remember correctly, as well. Indian sling, skirmishers and slingers no longer have minimum range, +1 attack on skirmishers or on slingers. Fabric shields, Kamyek, slingers, and eagle warriors get +1/+2 pierce armor. Star free llama. Okay. Militia now pushing way forward. Do you have these scouts in this region? Villagers come in support as well. 3 scouts now deployed on the field. Wait. These scouts been on the field for quite some time, and Cyan just now gone for Feudal Age? Cyan went for a very, very late Feudal Age, didn't he? We do now have the spearmen advancing on forward, which will get some damage on those scouts now. I'm getting all my words mixed up. My apologies. But I do have now the spearmen fighting each other. There. Let's take out that one scout now. This scout will have trouble doing any work by all its lonesome, especially when you have a bunch of angry people with pointy sticks chasing after you. It looks like Red started to wall off this region, and down here as well. This area over here is being walled off as well. I have my arrow keys bind for moving around camera. I should really use that a bit more often. We got a nice wall off there. Able to still cut the stone. Bit of walls there. Yep, nice walls off there. A little bit messy overall, but good enough. And it looks like both fighters are trying to eco up. It looks like Cyan's advancing forward with some spearmen and some skirmishers now. Scout here. The scout may be able to spot these forces. Remember as well, the Tatar's bonus does give his archers additional line of sight. It was archers, right? I'm getting everything mixed up. Cavalry archers, so they have self-spotting, but that's starting Castle Age pretty much. Bunch is now being researched by Red, going for skirmishers as well. There's just spearmen and skirmishers as well. It's going to be a very, very slow, low stakes of fight or skirmish in the near future, because skirmishers are only effective versus other trash units and archers, but not very good against these villagers. Of course, spearmen are good against scouts, but not very good versus anything else. These forces advancing around won't be able to accomplish all too much. Looks like this berry bush has been... Oh no, there's still a berry bush there. Got this force now advancing forward, trying to get some damage here. We've got 4 red skirmishers here. Cyan has 3 skirmishers. Skirmishers engaging skirmishers. Mining camp put out there. Red could try eyeing for this gold here. It's much bit more exposed there, so claiming it a little bit early is probably a little better. Both sides has lost a skirmisher. Cyan did have the high ground advantage. Now Red does, and since he's Tatars, he sustained or dishes out additional damage from the high ground. Spearman now falling on back, being a bit defensive. And now the scout will whack these skirmishers, and they will maintain the minimum range. He needs his castle wage to prevent that minimum range issue. That's a good reason to go for fast castle, right? Not really. It's a nice technology, but nothing too critical. It just makes it so it's easier to micro the force. You don't have to worry about minimum range when fighting. But overall, in the larger and larger engagements, you don't really have to worry about it too much. Because if you just attack, move forward, they at least get fire against a target. Good, that's like great for focus firing, but with the technology, you have a bit better focus firing. But the only force you really have to worry about them being overran are cavalry, and they don't do well versus cavalry whatsoever. Looks like both sides I'm equal up there. Red Scout does go ahead and go on down. Sun's now advancing forward with a pretty sizable force there. Does have Fleshing now being researched as well as Castle Age. A little bit too early for a timing attack to get out elite skirmishers and pikemen. Sign does have a very good force here. Red's force will be outnumbered. This force doesn't really pose a massive threat to villagers, honestly. I suppose with enough spears, you can kill off any villager, but they do about 1 damage per spear against these villagers. They do have 2 pierce armor thanks to Loom, and these skirmishers have 3 attacks, so they do 1 damage per against villagers. So, in other words, being impaled by 29 spears being thrown at you would not kill you off, or 39 spears. You can be a porcupine and still be alive. Pretty sure porcupine will probably do more damage. Does throw some arrows there on these farms, and they do sustain full damage of 3 damage. It's probably quicker to kill off villagers than kill off a farm with spears. They probably throw a spear against every single piece of food in order to destroy a farm. Here's a stupid idea how to change how farms work. Imagine that rather than doing damage dealing health damage, you do damage and it removes the food capacity that remains onto it. That could be an interesting change of how farms take damage. So harassing farms does do direct economic damage. A bit more economic damage. Because I'm pretty sure when they expire, they get refilled and the health gets replenished. So I suppose if they throw enough spears, you've got a bunch of kebabs. The lions are really trying to eat that spearman right there. Red does spot the pikemen now being chased by those lions. Now do got a large number of step lancers put on the field. Cyan does have a good number of these pikemen here, but thanks to +1 range of these step lancers, they get the first strike on the spearmen, so they trade more effectively versus spearmen than, say, knights. And they're a little bit easier to micro to deal with as well. Monk, however, will be overran by these spearmen. And the lions actually killed off that pikeman as well. And the lion is preventing Cyan from engaging. The lion is really helping out Red right there. Even getting some additional damage there, though this line is sorted by some of these step lancers. But that line allowed Red to get a lot of extra damage there because it stopped Cyan from actually pushing forward, and the step lancers just stabbed over the lion. Those lions were absurdly effective. Now these villagers are starting to get hit as well. These step lancers, of course, are a bit more reliable hitting those villagers as well, though they do have less pierce armor compared to knights. So the town centers do extra damage there, and it looks like these step lancers are going down. Cyan has claimed a step lancer for his usage. Never expect the Incan step lancer being pulled out of field. We do not have town center being pulled out by Red here. You got first. I already said that. It's been a long day for me. I was up and down ladders this entire day, so I'm a little bit tired and exhausted. Probably got my 10,000 steps easy by going up and down ladders, let alone all the walking I did. We do have now these monks. Both sides claim some relics. Both sides have. Cyan has claimed 1 relic. That was that one right there. The monk monastery is pretty far forward. Sanctity bring research as well. And this monk will be focused down there. Does deny this relic there. Very nice. Got this relic being overran by pikemen, though the monk with the relic can sustain a lot of stabs there. Does claim a pikeman for his own, and does get the monk with a relic inside the town center. I did not realize you can garrison a monk for relic. I thought you could only garrison regular monks. And yep, and now the monk is alive. He may have got a little bit of health regen for being inside the town center, because those spearmen do what? They do 4 damage. So yep, and he had 4 health left. So that let's take a get one of those guys converted. So that monk, I think, sustained 2 health regen. Lion now biting the Steppe Lancer. The Steppe Lancer sort of paused in animation there. He may be bugged out there. And the Lion's getting more and more damage onto the Steppe Lancer now, biting him away at 1 health at a time. University now look out on the field. Science now going for Imperial Age. That could get. He can also go for Kamix. Kamix, they will match the range of these Steppe Lancers, and I believe they do bonus damage versus Cavalry as well. So maybe a good idea to go for Kamix against these Steppe Lancers. It sounds like Kamix is not a unit you don't see all too often as well. Got Squires and 8 pikemen queued on up. You may want to go for more barracks at that rate. Red does not have Imperial Age on the queue just yet. Does have a bunch of villagers queued on up. Sign has been maintaining great villager production as well. 97 versus 75. So Sign has going for a tech advantage and has a villager advantage. But Red will manage to grab this relic as well. Sign, however, has claimed 3 relics. So Red definitely needs to make sure it maintains capture this relic. Got now pikemen engaging the Steppe Lancers. Did get one of them converted as well. Steppe Lancers, they're relatively cheap in gold, right? They're like 30 gold. Let's see, where are they at? Does get the conversion there. Steppe Lancers, that's the least Steppe Lancer upgrade, and I forget how much they cost. But they're cheaper in gold comparison to Knights as well. The Saiyan Steppe Lancer advancing forward will spot this town center, will not be able to stop it. It is unable to hunt down this monk of a relic. We're going to fast forward now since both sides are equaling up. And now Saiyan's advancing forward with a massive wave of pikemen. No defensive castle put up by Red just yet. Saiyan's now advancing, pushing forward with a good forward castle there on a bit of high ground. Nothing siege down his opponent, but provides a good feudal control in the center of the map right there.
So long.
Saiyan's going to collect that sheep there, now going for some huntables as well. And his castle will be deployed on out. Monks healing up these Steppe Lancers, very, very nice. And this mining camp will be, or the castle will be surrounded by the mining camp receiving fire. Pikemen push way forward. And Red's not going for a large number of two-handed swordsmen. Interesting. He can only go to, or long swordsman. He can get out two-handed swordsmen. He can't get supplies nor gambersons. He must be worried about the Eagle's warriors not being put on the field. The two-handed swordsman, of course, will be a good frontline unit. And this formation here, Steppe Lancers in the back, two-handed swordsman in the front. Science now pushing way forward. He can do a swap order, move order there. We'll get a good engagement there. Steppe Lancers poking over the shoulders of the two-handed swordsman. It's a great engagement there by Red. Now Red does have Imperial Age, and this Saiyan force is starting to be picked on off. Large number of those two-handed swordsmen do go, or long swords do go down. Red needs eye for some two-handed swordsmen to maintain this path of deployment. This town center has now received a bit of fire there. Right now, Eagle Scouts have 7 Pierce armor, so Cavalry Archers are not going to be good versus these Eagle Scouts or Eagle Warriors. Red's now advancing forward with his force. He may have, Saiyan may have his unique technology to give them more Pierce armor. Now, you got a Kamyux here. Kamyux will be a good item to mix with the Eagle Scouts. And I got multiple monks pushing way forward. Some of these two-handed swordsmen are being converted. And now the monks are starting to get hit down. The two-handed swordsman needs just to be hitting those halberdiers. Red's force is being overwhelmed right now. Red needs to kind of build more forces. Red has a massive reserve of gold and wood. He needs to get out some mangonels against this force. Kymix getting some good hits there on these villagers. More twin swordsmen charging forward. Trying to hold the line. More twin swordsmen being pulled up by Red. He's getting out some trebuchets as well. Cathars can pull out Keshiks, which I don't believe will be useful in this situation. Kymix and Halberdiers both like to stab them. And would like to stab them. Trying to repair up the town center. It is receiving some trebuchet fire. Looks like its arrows are not firing at the moment, and this town center will go down. The villagers are going to be killed on off. Red has a good way of twin swordsmen being pushed on forward. He's just low on food, and it looks like Red does back the game now. It's Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Mongols versus Burgundians. And of course, I have to restart the replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side as the red Mongols, we have a 522 Alex. Spawn on the bottom left side as the blue Burgundians, we have ST. And note this placement of these players. They're actually relatively close to each other. They're both on the left side of the map. And so they're much closer than probably either player would like. So that means both players need to expand out to the right. So likely we're going to see top left versus bottom right potentially. There's some gold deposits in the center of the map that can be contested and probably should be fought over for. And so let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. Red, the Mongols. They are of course a cavalry archer civilization. Cavalry archers fire 25% faster. Like Cavalry Hussars, Steplans get plus 30% hit points. Hunters work 40% faster. Unique unit of Maganai, which is an anti-siege Cavalry Archer. Unique unit Nomads. Boss houses do not decrease population headroom. Drill. Siege workshops move 50% faster. Team bonus. Scout Cavalry, Light Cavalry Hussars get plus 2 line of sight, making their scouts even more effective at ping scouts. Burgundians. Okay, that's just scouts engaging each other. Looks like Red will take up Blue Scout. Burgundians, they are a cavalry civilization. Economic upgrades are available 1 tier earlier and cost 33% less food. Stable technology costs 50% less. Cavalry are available in Castle Age. Gunpowder units attack 25% faster. Unique units Courtier, which I believe that's a cavalry unit that has an Alpha Strike. Flemish Militia, a all-in strategy. Burgundians, Vineyards. Farmers slowly generate gold additional food. Flemish Revolution upgrades all existing villagers to Flemish Militia and creates them. And now you can also pull out Flemish Militia at the barracks. Team bonus relics generate both food and gold. Extra value there. You know how the spearmen and archers are advancing forward. Looks like the villagers may have banned that region. Blue is low in villager count. Red does have a better villager count at the moment. Let's find an opening there to escape on out. And Blue's just going to go for more villagers. There's a massive wave of scouts here. You need to focus down those spearmen first. They pose a threat to the scouts with bonus damage. They should... Nope, they're going straight for the archers. Got spread out the fire there. One of the scouts do go down. Red did sustain a lot of damage there, but he does ward away his opponent and be able to counterattack now. Blue does have a good number of walls spot on the field. Will funnel to the town center from 2 angles, but he may want to patch up one of these holes. It seems like a little bit too much there. Plus, he may want to secure this wood line, so patching up the walls this direction will probably be pretty good. Scouts advancing forward. My apologies. Got another wave pushing on forward by Blue, but Red's wave is advancing forward as well. And there are exposed villagers here. There's no palisade walls in this region. In fact, they could actually box them in. Yes, and Red Scout will go on in and start hitting these villagers. Blue's advancing forward will find these foray being hit as well, but it's a less serious force than these scouts. And a lot of villagers going down for Blue. He's now down 29 to 34. Red does manage to abandon that region. He does need to put past a palisade wall or two in this region to help protect that area. Blue's now down to 28. Red's up to 34. And now let's get some villagers to hit these forces. We've still got 5 scouts in the region. Trying to stab some of these units. The Mongol health upgrade. I know that, like cavalry in Hussars, it does not appear to affect scouts. It says 65 health. Maybe it does affect scouts. Does he have bloodlines? He does have bloodlines. There's probably bloodlines there. I don't know the exact health of a lot of these interactions. We got the spearmen pushing way around. There's 4 spearmen there. The scouts may want to avoid that. Melee armor now being researched by Red. Very, very nice. Melee cavalry armor, I should say. And this may be the original scout there, auto-scouting around. Very, very nice. Red does have a good number of scouts here. He's bringing back these scouts as well. That's going to be 10 scouts to overwhelm this force. The farm's now receiving some fire now. And missing the villager the entire time. Scouts now charging forward, able to close in on this region. He will sustain a bit of losses there because there's a good number of spearmen. He had 10 scouts in that region. He's down to 7. All of them are severely wounded. That was a good engagement there by Blue. Now got more spearmen advancing on forward, which doesn't really pose a massive threat to villagers. He could potentially just ignore it, honestly. Deal 3 attack, and with Loom, villagers have 1 melee armor, so these spearmen will do 2 damage each. They don't really pose a threat to villagers. Spearmen now trying to advance it forward. Does get some stabs there on these villagers. Spearmen are now engaging the villagers directly. Scouts going, a couple of them does get peeled off. As the villagers start engaging these spearmen, they could do horsemen. The scouts could push on forward. More scouts being pushed on forward, and now do have these villagers advance forward. Is there some sort of castle rush? No castle age. Not sure what these villagers are trying to do. They may be eyeing for some towers. Villagers now engaging each other. Blue has lost a large number of villagers this game, so he's right now at 35 versus 41. And these villagers are going to pull out a watchtower here. He's going to try to deny this farming. Blue's spearmen are seeming to hit there. This villager comes pretty close to going down. 1 stab away from death, and that villager does in fact go down. And all these scouts do go down as well. They're oh so wounded for most of this fight. Luckily, this villager will draw the fire on this spearman. Watchtower now pulled on the field. They definitely does not have murder holes at the moment. There's a good number of spearmen here. A feudal age late tower. Not necessarily rush, but assault. We've got multiple watchtowers being put on the field by Blue. This is a weird position to put on in. He could evacuate these farms, pull out some mills and additional farms back here if he needs that food. Right now, Red has 80 food. There we go. That's Castle Age. Red's now going for Castle Age. Going for his own defensive watchtower here, which makes sense. So we are now engaging, trying to deal with these scouts. Cavalry archers would be pretty good versus these spearmen, that's for sure. He does have a reserve of scouts being put on the field. He may be trying to get a good number of them researched or queued up so he can quickly pop them out and take on these watchtowers with them. There are 3 watchtowers in this region. Spearmen advancing forward, proceeding to the fire from this tower. And we'll see some stabs there from the villager as well. We'll go ahead and take out these spearmen now with his scouts, since they are not really queued up properly there. Let's finish off these spearmen one at a time. It does manage to break through, pulling out a forward watchtower here. But now's time perhaps to pull out these scouts. Though there's still more and more spearmen charging on forward. This is just such a weird fought game so far. Blue's now pushing forward with more of these villagers. Right now the villager count is 41 to 44. More scouts being put out by Red. And he's pushing, doing a... What's out? These scouts do evacuate, trying to engage on in. There's a good number of spearmen in this region, trying to overwhelm these forces. Trying to throw everything there. Some knights won't hurt now. I don't think Step Lance is probably not the best call. I think knights would be a better call. They have more pierced armor. Deploying out some Step Lancers now to force the extra health. For the light cavalry upgrade as well, which will make these scouts much more durable. And now got these scouts being deployed out there, trying to overwhelm the spearmen. A lot of those spearmen are severely wounded. And all the spearmen do go down, and now he's going to try to take out these towers one at a time. Red does have only 41 villagers at the moment, so he's lost a number of villagers. Red may be eyeing for a town center. Yes, he's... Or no, that's a lumber camp there. More of these spearmen in this region. May want to hit the spearmen first, and now got the light cavalry upgrade. Even with the 98 health, max health. Whoops. Spearmen being hit first. Now we've got some step lancers as well. Try to deal with these towers as best he can. 43 to 39. Is Blue getting out Castle Age as he is? A battering ram would be quite good. Getting also more step lancers now. And now these... Oh, he's eyeing for a counterattack. Trying to deny this area here. Blue's going to repair up these towers now. Step lancers charging forward. He maybe just trying to ignore the towers inside his base. Now he's counterattacking there. Got the step lancers here to support these scouts. Getting some extra damage on these forces. A good number of blue villagers going down. This is getting very, very messy for both sides. Not blowing out Siege Workshop. I really do believe a battering ram would really help out Red here. Red does have a small reserve of wood. And also has a good reserve of gold. And so his food is being a bit problematic because his farms are getting hit. Got 40 down to 32. And now I'm going for a pair of towers here, trying to deal with these forces. Won't get a large number of these villagers down, that's for sure. This counterattack was actually a really good idea. Offense, the best defense. So large number of towers in this region. Some of these villagers are getting hit. As the farms are expiring, they will try to migrate to the still usable farm around those towers. Blue's now down to 21, and Blue backs out of the game. Excellent counterattack. That counterattack won him the game because his opponent spent so much resources on attacking, he didn't really have much defense. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Sharks versus Malians. And yep, I just remember as well, that's bugged out, so restart the replay to get the proper... Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side as the Red Turks. Yes. We have Taker of the Hill. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Blue Malians. We have Pipe Tegana. Or Gana. Let's go cover each player's civilization bonuses now. Turks, they're a gunpowder civilization. Gunpowder units have 25% hit points. Researching gunpowder costs 50% less. Chemistry is free. Gold miners work 20% faster. Scout, light, hussars get +1 pierce armor. Like how hussar upgrades are free. Unique units in Janissary. Unique text is Sapa. Cavalry archers get +20 health. Artillery +2 range for bombard towers, bombard cannons, and cannon galleons. Gunpowder units are created 25% faster. The Malians, they are an infantry civilization. Buildings cost 50% less wood. Bears units get +1 armor starting in the feudal age. Villages drop off 15% more gold. Unique units, the Cabedo, a infantry unit that moves around. They are a fast-moving, knife-throwing or axe-throwing, melee attacking ranged infantry unit. I probably completely butchered that. Unique text is the Tigwell, counter to fire arrows while on garrison. Farmbia. Cavalry get +5 attack, and universities work 80% faster. Do see a large number of red units on the field. Oh, those are sheep. Wait, did red just steal some sheep there? Red may have stole some sheep there. Now evacuating from the region. Do got a forward outpost. So red now has a forward outpost surrounded by some walls. They did invest a little bit more in the outpost. And that will provide red some good vision of the region. Let's see how much vision it provides currently. It provides that much. Not a whole lot, but does alert his one when it's going for stone. And maybe if trying to go around the flanks. Goats are goading around. As you can start getting town watch and town patrol researches, that outpost provides some additional vision. But now we've got a late feudal militia timing rush. Additional housing being pulled on the field, trying to hold the line there. We've got a barracks here for red. Red has nothing to build queue at the moment, not even villagers. That maybe been an oversight there. Or maybe something. No, it's too far away from castle. You got now a tower. Oh, that's a stone wall being blown on out. I don't know why I thought it was a tower. Investing some early stone into these stone walls to hold a line. Now we've got skirmishers and villagers being put on the field. This will allow blue to take a slight village advantage. Down south we've got. Wait, what? Red has a goat, a villager, and a skirmisher building archer range on the south side of blue's base. Okay. Maybe a good idea to go from archers, not skirmishers. You're going to do that sort of tactic. Horsemen, spearmen, and swordsmen trying to break open some more walls there. This house does go down now. Red does not need a house for a population cap. It has a large number of villagers actually on idle. They've been tasked off now. The red's now eyeing for a bunch of stone walls here. He's really being hyper defensive. Let's fast forward a little bit because he's being successful in being defensive. Blue's going to rotate around. He has invested quite a bit of military here, so he has to be aggressive with it. And now they're putting out some additional housing to fortify his walls. Blue will create a breach now. Red's now advancing forward. Blue does spot this proxy archer range there. More archers being put out. Does take out the skirmisher. Other skirmishers severely wounded. And now there's a breach here, so blue can advance forward. We do now have the market now put on the field. Gold now being collected, as well as another defensive watchtower. We got a pretty good stone deposit right here in his base, in his walls, I should say. Looks like his opponent's stone deposit is actually a little bit in front of his base. He does have this other deposit there. This is a relatively safe deposit in gold for red as well. With now advancing forward, does have 4 archers, 2 man-at-arms, and a spearman in this region. Power now firing away with 4 arrows each. You only need... Oh, he does have fletching up there, so he does need all the villagers on the inside. Couple arrows now being firing away, trying to defend his area. It sounds like it's a good position to help prevent this force from advancing forward, but this wood line could be hit. He does have a watchtower here. He could quickly pop up these villagers inside that tower there. And red backs out the game a bit early, unable to deal with this aggression. This ending great scene. Thank you for watching. On to the next replay. A little bit of a short replay. Not that great. Portuguese versus Spanish. And since we know about that bug down there. Greetings everyone, and great here from another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn the their position as the red Portuguese. We have mates. Spawn as the blue Spanish. We have KH Monzo. Blue has a quicker deployment there for his town center. Does have a bunch of goats nearby. He can go fast. Or those are ibex, not goats. So it looks like neither side will spot each other, unless red has, potentially. Nope. I don't think red spotted blue's town center either. Red does find a cow there. Very, very nice. Cows do provide extra food. It does have this dock over here as well. Getting a bit of fishing done as well. Good scudding out by those water buffalo. I sort of like to keep Fog War on Nomad maps to see what each player's gone spotted and not spotted, because you do have to hunt down your opponent a little bit more. Rhinoceros is not happy that it's being hunted. It's also probably not happy being dead. More fishing ships there. So, yep, we got a general idea what each player has seen so far. Neither side, of course, has a scout at this point in time. And it looks like blue will be claiming the left side of the map, red will be claiming the right side of the map, but of course, red does have access to these fishing ships on the left side, which could be engaged by melee forces on the ground. And let's fast forward a little bit more, since it's Nomad. Both sides are, of course, equaling up. The lack of scout early on really does actually slow down the game a bit. Blue is now advanced to feudal age, red is now advanced to feudal age. They probably both need to get out a stable to get out their scout. Going for red is going aggressive and stowed. And usually it's blue, the Spanish player, that goes aggressive and stowed. Castle age for blue as well. And now it looks like about a naval skirmish here. We've got a fire galley here. Fire galley. Two fire galleys split up by red. Blue has knock-on heavy for fishing ships. So red will have a superior number of fishing ships. That will be sure, for sure. Blue has now pulled out a castle there, going for his conquistadors. Red could go for some organ guns. Now red's fire galley will find that stock, and blue is not going to be doing any more fishing. Conquistadors push away forward. Let's see what red is going for. We do see an organ gun now pull on the field. Organ gun does find some damage there onto the conquistador. Huh. I thought the recent patch made it so the organ guns fire a little bit differently, but that spread was a little bit wide. Got multiple organ guns now pulled up by red. Organ guns do not have high pierce armor, just 4 pierce armor. And get some good damage there. Does get some great AoE damage there, very, very good. And finding these conquistadors, does gun down one of them. Conquistadors are doing some great damage there to these organ guns. One organ gun does go down. Another conquistador does go down. This conquistador is down to 1 HP. Red's now pulling out multiple organ guns here. Gains some great volleys there on the conquistadors. Both sides are just going to be shooting each other with gunpowder. Red's going for more conquistadors, more fishing ships. And red has claimed the seas. Does get a big miss there onto that conquistador. Portuguese does have access to the arquebus, which does, I think, provide basically provides ballistics to the gunpowder units. These organ guns may be advancing forward. What do they know about each other's base? Red finally finds a house there, and blue knows about a significant amount of stuff. Blue's going for some mangonels now, as well as some more conquistadors. Both sides appears to have only one town center at the moment. Red, of course, have access to fishing ships, a good number of fishing ships, so he will have access to some extra food generation. While his opponent only has to rely on what his villagers can bring in. Right now, the villager count is 41 to 32. The Portuguese player could eye for a fast castle or fast imperial age, get a Federita to help improve his quote-unquote villager count. Federita, I think, provides like 9 villagers worth of resources, does consume 20, but that could potentially help increase his villager count, as well as a nice steady trickle of resources, including gold and stone. But great mangonel shots there. Mangonels do have 7 range, organs do have 7 range as well, but mangonels are probably a little bit better in that engagement. Let's get some good AoE damage there. That one health one is still alive. The one health one finally goes down. And the rest of these conquistadors are being gunned down, but they're having...
Monday.
Conquistadors doing a little bit better overall, it looks like. And that conquistador survives with 1 health as well. Red's Mangonel does go down to the conquistadors. Dockyard finally going on down. Conquistadors and Mangonels advancing forward. What is Red currently deploying on out? More villagers and working guns. He does have 2 town centers out of the field for additional village production, but these conquistadors are moving around. Try to go for a preemptive shot there onto this Mangonel. It was unsuccessful, but it was a good try. And also took out the Ibex. Rolls a miss there, and a direct hit there as well. That must have been another preemptive shot. Blue's doing great work with his Mangonels. Working guns not firing away against the conquistadors. They do have, of course, the high ground. And now throwing shots there does take out one of those conquistadors. I think those villagers are trying to stab that Mangonel right there. And this actually is unclaimed water bison there. The water bison has been claimed by Blue. Now we're going to try taking out that lumber camp, just be annoying. And more conquistadors and Mangonels being put out by Blue now. Red is at pop cap for a moment as well. I also playing on another castle here. Wouldn't be half bad. Right now his opponent's using that area to exploit. And he's right now having trouble with production himself. Does get a good hit down the Conquistador. Another Conquistador goes down. Damage on both these units. Red does repair up his Mangonel. Blue's Mangonels receive a bit of punishment. And the lumber camp will go down. Does miss the organ gun there. I thought that damage would have hit him. And now Red's eyeing for a town center there, and a 3rd town center. Which help lock down this region as well, assuming he gets these housing built. The count is 58 to 38, or 56 to 39. That's on this town center there. Mangonels do have 7 range, so the Mangonels do outrange town centers. Red's Mangonel does roll and miss there. Damage on both sides, but more on Red's, but can still go either way. Whoever gets a shot off first does take out this villager there. And now the organ gun does find a volley there, and receives a massive hit there. Takes out some villager there. He takes out his Mangonel as well. Blue's doing great work with these Mangonels. And there goes that Mangonel now. Going out forward was Siege Workshop. Blue is very, very low on food at the moment. So is Red. Both sides are just not have a lot of resources. They're spending as much as they can get. Trying to be highly aggressive. Got 5 conquistadors there, 3 Mangonels. Red's town center is likely to go down. Now got a Siege Workshop here. Going out for some batter rams to engage these Mangonels wouldn't be half bad. Going for another Mangonel. That conquistador goes down quite easily. How's it not being repaired on up? Finds a volley there. And does go for preemptive strike there, but misses. And Red does go down now. Wargun's having severe trouble versus these Mangonels. At this point in time, I do believe battering rams would be a better option. Does take out one Blue's Mangonels for now, and annihilates Red's. Though mutual trades are probably going to be pretty good for Red, because right now he needs to remove those from the front line. He will lose his town center now. Now this town center's under fire. There's another Mangonel being put on the field. This Mangonel is deployed out as well. Some of this houses starting to go on down to these conquistadors. Does annihilate Blue's villager right there. Organ guns firing away. Does need to take out these conquistadors there with those organ guns, but does lose multiple organ guns to the Mangonel. These organ guns are not providing good trade with these Mangonels. Red does find a good hit there, and Blue does go for another attack around there. Blue's been excellent with his Mangonel micro. Overall, the conquistadors seem like they've been doing better versus organ guns as well. Red's losing some villagers there. Red does have a superior number of villagers. Does find a good volleys there on those conquistadors. Remove those conquistadors, allow the organ guns to advance a little bit better. Ooh, finds a good hit there. Organ guns finding some shots there on the Mangonels. Misses those with just those general attack orders. Does see a good hit there. And those lose 2 there. Lose a 3rd one there. And organ guns are not doing enough damage to these Mangonels to make it really worth engaging each other. Red does lose another Mangonel. Organ guns do go down. Does get one more reinforcing organ gun. Red just needs to stop building organ guns. These organ guns are not being useful. Does lose some, take out one of Blue's Mangonels now. Does get gunned down by the Conquistadors. Finds a hit there on some of these Conquistadors. More organ guns been brought on out. And takes out Red's Mangonel once again. Yeah, that damage is pathetic versus the Mangonels with the organ guns. Ooh, great hit there by Red. Fires on the volley there, takes out the rest of Blue's Mangonels now. We got now another reinforced Mangonel. Blue's now advancing forward with a bunch of villagers, maybe eyeing for a forward castle. He does have 600, 700 stone. And does find a free Mangonel kill there. Blue now pushes forward with these 2 Mangonels. Has 4 siege workshops there, taking out these organ guns. Organ gun does get a good volley there on the Conquistadors, and now do got a forward cast as well. I still say battery rams would have been much more useful against these Mangonels at the current rate, but the problem is he's still having trouble with these Conquistadors. Takes out the organ gun there, and Red's gonna be pushing his way up north. There's some livestock here and other wild animals, so he can perhaps get some extra food if he so needs it. Gets good hits there, fires a Mangonel shot, misses Blues, and counterattacks get a good kill there. This forward castle is going to do some serious, cause some serious problems for Red. Red's now advancing forward. He may be trying to play around this castle now. He does have a town center still there, so he's maintaining village production. Red does have a superior number of villagers. Now going for a forward lumber camp here. How much stone does Red have? Red, he's perhaps grab some stone, pull out, and maybe start castle push his opponent. Because right now, castle pushers will be very effective versus Blue's current composition, though he can always pull out some battering rams. Going out forward gold mine there. Red's now also playing the stone, very, very good. These horses are seeing quite a bit of fire as well. Mangonels are within minimum range. Fires a good volley there, takes out Red's Mangonel. And does take out good kills as well. These 2-for-1s are great for Blue. Red's now eyeing for a forward town center. Ooh, villagers are going down. Red still has a superior number of villagers. While large thanks to these fishing ships as well. Deploying a defensive castle in this region wouldn't be half bad. Organ guns getting great shots there. Great Mangonel hit as well. See some damage there as well. Does take out that organ gun. Oh, and I think Red's back out of the game now. This is Adam Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was just a messy game. Very, very messy. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Age of Empires 2's Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Vietnamese, we have Goyozen. Spawn on the right side as the blue Portuguese, we have Kubi. I have no idea how to pronounce that, or either of these names. Let's go and cover each player's civilizations now. The Vietnamese, they are a tree civilization. Enemy positions reveal at the start of the game, which is very nice. Economic upgrades cost no wood. Archer range gets plus 20. Archer range units get plus 20% health. Description is free. Ratted archer. I forget what type of archer that does. I think it's like an anti-archer archer. Hero skirmisher, which is the upgrade to the skirmishers to make it even better, and get additional health from the upgrade as well. That's going to be a very healthy skirmishers. Unique in the text: Chashras, battle elephants get plus 100 HP. Paper money, lumberjacks slowly generate gold in addition to wood. Team bonus: Imperial skirmisher available in the Imperial Age. Right side, the Portuguese are naval and gunpowder civilization. All units get minus 40% gold cost, which is pretty good in general for a gold bonus. Can 4 years regenerate wood in addition to our food, make it so you can go for early 4 years to get a bit more mixed economy, and now got a militia rush deployed out by the Vietnamese. And they're attacking towards the trees. Ships get plus the health, is not important, and can build a federal rears in pure rage, which can be very good in very, very, very late game. Organ guns is a unique siege unit that fires volleys of bullets. Caravel, which is not going to be useful in this game. Karak, ships get +1/+1 armor, even more worthless. Arquebus, gunpowder units fire more accurately. Team bonus. Technology costs research 25% faster. Honestly, since most people prefer playing on land maps, I think the Karak upgrade should have some sort of additional land benefit, because at this point in time, this map is completely worthless. Unless they try and batter down that palisade wall, they will be successful, or nope, they will be repaired on up. Right now, red does have a superior villager count, 22 versus 20. And now these forces are trying to advance around. You also got a backline wood line. Will red spot that? No, he does not spot that. Remember, honestly, vision in this game, so it's just very, very small. He's going to be moving around. Got feudal age now being researched by red. He probably will not go for the man-at-arms upgrade. Scouts trying to push away forward. Scouts will fight each other. Mutual hits there. These militia may stab these villagers or start clubbing these villagers. And the villagers will start shanking in return. Villagers trying to deal with these forces. Great distraction there. Trying to make their way forward. Does find a good stab there. Trying to hit these various forces. One of the villagers are quite wounded. Does pull him back there. Scout does go down. Militia trying to hunt down that man. It looks like the militia will be chased down largely thanks to the scout. Militia and scout engaging away. I think it's going to be pretty close, but looks like the scout will win out and does get to mutual ground there. He still has a scout alive, so you can actually use the auto scout feature, or of course just mainly scout as well. Multiple scouts being put on field by blue. Even if I'm bringing his wounded scout as well. Do have some spearmen in this region. You have some more palisade walls being here, and do got a spearman on patrol. And protect this villager. We'll get a good stab there, and does take out the wounded scout as well. So no more auto scouting. You now have fletching being researched by red as well. These scouts will find a dead end there. They will fall back in time before receiving spearman stabs. He will go and close up these palisade walls, and the scouts are going to be falling on back. But down south, we have another scout here. We got some good walls here. May want to get out some more walls here eventually, but does have a spearman in the interim. A number of archers on the field. He does have fletching as well, so he's going to make advance. Let's see, what does blue have at the moment? He does not have fletching at the moment. He is trying to play out some skirmishers. He probably need to get fletching out relatively soon. Also more housing probably as well. But you got a good number of scouts here. The scouts will be effective versus these archers. There's a couple of spearmen now mixed in with those archers. Very, very nice. Skirmishers now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. Scouts do, of course, have 2 inherent pierce armor, so they'll sustain 3 damage per arrow. We have a good number of skirmishers here. We got 7 skirmishers in this region, as well as 4 scouts. That should be more than plenty to deal with this force. And he will go and start pushing, counterattacking with the scouts. Skirmishers will probably be more than enough to deal with this force here, but does notice the spearmen charging forward trying to deal with these skirmishers, allowing the scouts to overrun these archers. Now he knows about those 4 scouts in the region. Spearman does go down as well. He is doing good job focus firing these scouts. Getting off the scouts actually is very useful. It may not be hurting his opponent's economy, but will prevent his opponent from counterattacking. Right now, I'll just probably have the scouts. I would have had those scouts attack forward while these archers were being whittled down. And now the scouts will get some good damage as well. 1 last archer now remains. There's going to be Iron for a counterattack as well. What does red have for defense? Scouts and archers. We do have also a spearman here as well. Multiple scouts now pushing way forward. We got a good number of skirmishers in this region. Right now, red needs just probably a bit more scouts and skirmishers of his own. These spearmen or archers will do some decent damage with the scout cavalry, but they can get easily overwhelmed by these skirmishers. Now got this couple scouts advancing forward and deal with his forces. He's trying to push forward his archers. Skirmishers getting some good hits there on those archers as trying to stop these, trying to hit these archers. Red scouts are slowly being whittled apart. Got 1 scout remaining for both sides. Another scout pulled out by red. That's going to be focused on blue scouts. Red does lose that scout now, and now only has these skirmishers in the region. And he's got this red scout now trying to get some good damage on in. Red scout archers may just want to fall back. Maybe get inside the town center. They do get inside the town center. Or maybe not. The longer they stay in the town center, the bit extra health regen there. Does take out the spearmen. And now we do have the red scouts engaging these skirmishers, no problem. Looks like red is eyeing for a bit more defensive play. Now it's going to make his advance with 6 units, 4 archers, 3 scouts, so that's 7 units, my bad. The spearman does go down. Blue is now pulling out a second town center. Blue has researched Castle Age. Red is now going for his own Castle Age. Villager count is right now 44 to 43. 9 this town center means he's 9 additional villager production, but now got knights that pull out of the field. That should easily deal with this force. They do back themselves in the corner. Knights are seeing a bit of fire as well. He will lose one of his knights. But this knight should be able to clean up the rest of this force now. 1 knight remains. We got more knights now push way forward. Blue has at least 6 knights now to deploy on the field and trying to make his way into his opponent's base. There is an opening there, so now they're going to go straight for these villagers. A couple wounded villagers he could have picked off right there, but was unable to. And now we got multiple villagers going on down there. 2 villagers, 3 villagers maybe going down there. Red is currently at 42 villagers, one is at 46, and does have multiple town centers now built. So he just now finally got his own Castle Age. More knights streaming on in, getting found some picks there on these villagers. Red's getting a bit overwhelmed. He needs some more spearmen. He's going for cavalry archers. What can the Vietnamese do with their cavalry archers? Archer range units get plus 20% health, so these cavalry archers should sustain extra health. And that's their primary benefits. He can get heavy cavalry archers there, but cannot get Parthian tactics. And these cavalry archers are not going to be very good versus these knights, honestly. And red does cast some GG. The cavalry archers were a poor idea. They have right now 7 attack. Knights have a lot of health and 3 pierce armor. They're going to and 120 health. That's just not quick enough. He needed spearmen. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. I probably have enough time for 1 more replay tonight. And maybe 2. Oh, it's arena. Greetings everyone. Wait. Nope. Now I remember as well. Because I've been having a bit of bug right down there. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawned on the bottom left side as the red Spanish, we have a foreign name. Spawned as the gray Burgundians, we have Kados. This map, both players start off walls. Not a lot of forest here. This can be broken through in order to reach his opponent. So this could be a very messy game that's on the map later on. By the way, let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Spanish. They are a gunpowder monk civilization. Workers build 30% faster. Blacksmith upgrades do not cost gold. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics. Fire more accurately. Gunpowder students fire 80% faster. Get plus 20 gold for each technology research. Unique units of Conquistador and Mounted Hand Cannoneer, which is a big fan favorite. Missionary. That is something that you do with your wife. Text Inquisition covers faster, gets plus 1 range, which could be very effective versus opposing knights. And team bonuses trade generate additional gold, which is not important. Up here, Burgundians, Cavalry Civilization economic upgrades available 1 age earlier, cost 33% less food, staple technology cost 50% less, Cavalry upgrade available in Castle Age, so those improved monks could be even better versus the Burgundians because you get Cavaliers, not Knights. Unique unit Cordelier, that is a cavalry unit with an Alpha Strike. Good for hit and run. Flemish Militia, which is all-in strategy. Unique text. Burgundian Grenadiers. Farmers generate gold additional for food. Flemish Revolution upgrades all existing villagers to Flemish Militia and creates Flemish Militia at the barracks, which that could be very useful in battering down if you go through the forest here. That can help string forces through the forest right there. Team bonus, relics can generate additional both gold and food, which can be very handy indeed if you grab those relics. Oh, it looks like Spanish player's going fast castle, so is the Burgundian player. Both sides are chopping towards each other. Do now have another concept being pulled up by Gray. And neither side being hyper aggressive mode. Spanish player is not going for his monks and his conquistadors. Up here, that's just a scout moving around. What is Gray going for? Gray is going for just villagers. He's neglecting any production. I hear monk conversions. You have at least one relic claimed by red. Gray has gotten a monastery, so maybe going for his own conversions. And red has a monk here. Looks like it may have been Gray's scout trying to be converted. Now these conquistadors camp this relics. Well, it looks like there's more better relics. Yeah, the Spanish player got a really good relic placement there. Because he already claimed 2. There's another 2 easy ones for here, and he's also camped the final one. This is going very much into the Spanish player thanks to those relic placements. And that palisade gate is leading to nowhere. That goes straight to the forest. Can't go through there. Gray has now put out some stone walls there to prevent his opponent from moving around a little bit more. If he's positioning the forest there, he's less likely to go around this direction, and he's going to go straight through here. Or attempt to. Gray is still not deploying on military units there. And now there's also these conquistadors advance forward. And when conquistador numbers get going forward, it's really hard to start getting that forward. And this scout does finish off that monk as well. Going for additional monks wouldn't be half bad. Let's see. Can't get block printing. Can't get heresy, which is actually going to be important for his opponent because I think his opponent's going for a bit heavy on the monks. So right now, Gray is going heavy on monks as well, and now getting loom. Sort of a strange time to get loom. Pretty late. Wait. Still pulling out no military units whatsoever. Is he going fast Imperial Age Flemish Revolution? Gray's now pulling out a defensive castle here. There's a scout here. Conquistadors in the region. It's going to be messy for Gray. Villager count is heavily in favor towards Gray right now. 70 versus 51. Here's a monk conversion there. I'm not sure if anything actually got converted. And Gray's castle will not be built there. Is Gray going for a massive Flemish revolution? Right now, Red's not attacking his opponent's base. He has a lot of farms there. He is going for a full Flemish revolution, isn't he? Now this castle's being built, being protected by a bunch of monks. Castle's being built here. These castles, of course, be very effective for stopping those conquistadors. Red has walled off this large region as well as with university and some walls there. Let's pull out some outposts there. Red's now advanced on Pure Age. We've got some skirmishers now being plotted by by Gray. Both sides have massive food reserve, wood reserve, and small reserve of gold. And Red has claimed 4 relics. Gray has reclaimed this relic. I think it was being captured. So the longer the game goes on, the more likely it's in favor of Red with the extra gold generation. And Conquistadors are a solid unit. Cordeliers, however, being put on the field, they of course do have their plus 20 Alpha Strike. Oh, those petards actually do detonate there. Clearing the way there for the Cordeliers. There's just too many Conquistadors in this region. Plus, there's also one castle, soon to be a second castle. Skirmishers going to be in the deployed on out. Cordeliers receive quite a bit of fire there. Unable to get their Alpha Strike off. Skirmishers going to get some great work done. Very, very good. I believe the Conquistadors do count as cavalry archers, so I believe the complete skirmishers do get bonus damage versus them. I could be mistaken about that, though. Cordeliers now charging forward, getting some great alpha damage there. It's starting to go down. Red is starting to lose some force there, but does have 2 defensive castles. That converted Cordelier does go down now. Red's now pulling out his own trebuchets. Red may want to go down some bombards to engage his opponent. Can Burgundians get bombards? Yes, they can. Now we got the trebuchet advancing on forward. Do have a siege workshop here. We got the elite Cordelier upgrade being researched as well, as was a bunch of skirmishers. Red's not going for the elite conquistador upgrade and getting some various research. No, does not get any bombards just yet. Both sides have put out stone walls there, walling each other. And do have a stable being put out there. He could go for a battering ram, start battering down his opponent's walls there to create some breaches, and start feeding in some battering rams along the flanks to be annoying. Notable Gray trebuchets now put on the field. Got a large number of skirmishers here. You now have the good number of Cordeliers right here. They're of course the elite Cordeliers. This castle does go down now. Red's also putting some scouts here, like cavalry I should say. And he can get the Hussar upgrade. Who now looks like a masonry upgrade being researched as well, trying to improve his buildings from going down. And Red is a pop cap. He thinks the fact that castle's going down. So deploying on some battering rams over here to break through and destroy these housing would be actually hurting Red significantly for a short amount of time. Scout like cavalry's advance forward, they do save a bit of extra damage there, bonus damage from these skirmishers. These skirmishers are going to be very good. Cordeliers now charging forward, trying to deal with these conquistadors. You do get some Alpha Strike there, trying to deal with these trebuchets as well. Got a bit of a trap war. Gray's trebuchets have seen a bit of fire there. Skirmishers being overwhelmed. Conquistadors still in a good position. Looks like Red will win this engagement there. These trebuchets need to fall back. Got some bombards here. Very, very good. In this case, bombards can be a bit more defensive. They can hit the castle good range as well. Go for the hoardings upgrade now to get these castles even more durable. Spanish Spire does not have murder holes at the moment as well. You can point out more like cavalry and conquistadors as well. That's going to be his composition. Skirmish is gonna be good. Maybe mixing a couple spearmen wouldn't hurt. More, there we go. Got more halberdiers being researched as well. Do have these big wave of elite skirmisher, and now Gray's going for a forward castle as well. Knowing this forward castle will help protect his bombards and his trebuchets. Red no longer has any trebuchets in this region. And going for some Patars in this region, very, very nice. Blowing out some battery rams, I'll say it's not bad. It does have the small defense force here, very, very nice. Now we do have these villagers trying to pull out this castle. I know he has the treadmill crane for faster production speed for his villagers. But his villagers are simply just not enough there. Halberdiers charging forward. We got one villager in the region trying to wall these forces in, unsuccessful there. Villagers still building away there. And one villager is a soft cap of building production. More villagers doesn't builds at a slower and slower rate of adding more and more villagers. So this villager will get still a good, decent production build rate there. Castle is now loaded up, getting 20 arrows firing per volley, getting some great damage there. Cavaliers do have a good amount of pierce armor. The extra arrows won't do 1 damage, however. I guess Gray may have lost his bombards there. Both players need to pull out some siege units there. Now Hussars pull out in the field. Cavaliers engaging around. How much gold is left on the map? There's some gold here being claimed by Gray. I think the rest of the gold on the map has already been claimed, hasn't it? So, and there's also gold there. So Gray has a good amount of gold deposits in his territory. Red actually is collecting up this bit there, but that's going through very, very quickly. Red is going to have to largely rely on its extra relics he has claimed. Red does have a good reserve of gold. Gray does not. Gray's also pulling out a lot of gold units in these elite Cavaliers. And as Red has pulled out a large number of Conquistadors, so being picked apart there. Skirmishers have 8 range. Conquistadors only have 6 range. So these are good units to engage those Conquistadors. Now this castle here provides some good fire support for Gray. We have these trebuchets here. Gray's trebuchets receive the fire. Red's castles receive a bit of fire as well. They're trying to pull out some more and more of these Hussars who are going to be effective, but they're getting folks down. They're not in good enough numbers. Gray needs to fall back to these castles here and start regrouping his force. He has a good number of stables in this region, so can't be really losing those. He may want to get them all queued up and stored inside and then go massive wave for a massive flank. Because right now these Hussars are just being streamed on in, they can be focused down. Bombard severely wounded, advance forward. Trebuchet wounded as well. Gray could mix in some halberdiers as he is. He's large slow as was crop rotation. Red right now just going for straight up Hussars. He's trying to bleed his opponent off all of his gold income and keep his own gold reserve up high in case when he's ready to pull it out. But now we do have the architecture research. What does that exactly do? Does it give armor, right? Not health? 10% more hit points as well as armor. Okay, so it's doing some good damage there. Just bringing in more Hussars, however. Gray's starting to get overwhelmed. Bombard cannons could be overran. One let's go down there. Okay, Source. Oh, does not take out that one. Both sides are going to spam trash each other. Whoever pulls out more gold units may cause some problems. Oh yeah. There's also additional gold generation for Gray, thanks to the fact that his civilization bonus, he has that research there, thanks to the Burgundian vineyard. So now his farmers do provide some extra gold as well. So the extra food there does provide a good amount of gold income. So he can pull out some more trash to go along with his small trickle of gold, and then maybe when his opponent starts losing a lot of resources, he can start then pull out his gold units, and when his opponent has lost a lot of his own gold units. Red still has a massive reserve of gold. and it's going to continue growth thanks to mass relic usage. Wait, herbal medicine. He's actually researching herbal medicine. Probably just going to research everything in his queue right now. No. I'm not sure why he's going for herbal medicine. Honestly, going to make use of it. It's a really an upgrade that's very, very niche. Oh, he is going to use the heal over time of herbal medicine. He's actually using herbal medicine. He's going to keep his Cordeliers inside the castle for the time being, keep them alive, keep them nice and healthy, do hit and runs. As they sustain damage, he's going to put them back to the castle, herbal medicine, heal them up, and then push them back on the front line. He is actually going to use herbal medicine. I like.
See.
He's also pulling out some bombards here. Bombards are nice, but they don't have the same range of trebuchets. Right now, Gray needs to regroup his forces. He's getting gunned down a little bit too much by these elite conquistadors. And he's going to make a breakthrough. There's actually Red has rebuilt those walls here. He's starting to pick off some of this infrastructure. Red has a second wave round of walls here, but there may be a breach there relatively soon. Trebuchet hits there. There's maybe a breach here as well, relatively soon as well, but neither side's going for it. If I decide to pull out Castle right there, that could be very, very annoying, but easy to deal with as well. Corleus now charging forward, trying to get some damage on in. And does not fall inside the castle as well. Skirmishers now being healed on up. Red needs time just to regroup his forces. Right now he has a Red has more villagers than opponent. Kept going for more skirmishers and halberdiers. The castle's now down to 71 health. The castle's now down to 0 health. Bombards getting some decent splash damage here. Gray has a very, very large number of bombards. He may be trying to hit these conquistadors. The conquistadors are not moving around too much. The bombards can actually get some hits there. Red's trebuchets advancing forward. He's firing the bombards against those trebuchets, but they are landing behind it. Bombards are getting some good hits there on the conquistadors. The bombards are actually a good item, especially seeing how choky this air region is. He has to make sure to keep enough spam in front of him so they don't go down. He is doing a good job getting spam out, but maybe just not enough. A lot of these bombards are starting to go on down. Now these conquistadors, they reach too far in. They get closed in by those halberdiers getting quickly picked on off. A large number of these conquistadors are severely wounded. He does have missionaries here for healing, but they're not actually moving around with healing. Or converting. Not like you really want to convert skirmishers or halberdiers. So let's see a bit of fire there and I actually click off my screen. I can never get this game to lock my mouse. I don't know why. Halberdiers getting some good damage there. More of these hussars being charged on in. Halberdiers in the region. Conquistadors' numbers have been greatly diminished. Red has spent his massive gold reserve. Gray has as well most of those bombards. Red's going for more of these conquistadors. I do believe Gray thinks his civilization bonus of the vineyards, Burgundian vineyards, he's probably going to be out-gold his opponent, even though his opponent has more relics. He's also out-spamming his opponent. He's also getting arson in order to get more building damage with his halberdiers. Oh! And that breach there, Red did create a breach there. Now the scouts are charging forward, though we do have some defensive castles here. Does Red have ballistics? Red does have ballistics for defense. So these hussars are getting some good damage there on these villagers. Right now the villager count is 123 to 115, so still in favor of Red with the 4 relic count. You guys have a good number of conquistadors in this region, so they will have almost a full auto castle, but the full auto castle may go down to the bombards. Will go down the bombards. There's a good number of skirmishers or conquistadors in this region. trying to clean up this infrastructure here. Spanish players being forced on back. He does have another castle here. He could perhaps get these conquistadors inside the castle. He needs to get those conquistadors in the castle. He can't be losing his gold units like this. The castle fires more than plenty to deal with these skirmishers. A full auto castle can do a significant amount of damage to these group of forces because they will act like a shotgun as well. A fully automatic shotgun. Rice Castle's now starting going down. Cordilleras advancing forward as well. Cordilleras charging forward. He does take out this town center. And this area is starting slowly being siege on down. He does need to start pushing for these halberdiers. Hitting this infrastructure wouldn't be half bad. So it's denied production from his opponent. Red is now giving up a massive reserve of forces. Oh, look at this pop cap. He's lost too many housing. He lost those castles there that provided a good amount of population room, but he needs more housing. Perhaps deploy a couple hundred, go out 30 houses down there. Monk's now trying to do a conversion there, but quickly gets focused down. And Red does back of the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay. I probably have enough time for one more replay for tonight. Let's see. Humans, Aztecs, Bengalis, Burgundians. Oops. Didn't mean to click on that one. Let's see. Bengals versus Burgundian, and since I have a bit of issue with my replaces with showing down, they have to do a quick restart, and there we go. Let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. As well on bottom right side, or the just bottom side, as the yellow Bulgarians, we have Nikos AoE. Spot top left side as the blue Bengalis, we have Lazi. We're going to cover each player's civilization bonuses. Bulgarians, their infantry and cavalry civilization. Militia line upgrades are free. Town centers cost 50% less stone. Blacksmiths and siege workshop technology costs 50% less food, and also can build Krapos. Unique units of Konniks, which is a very stubborn cavalryman. Serfs increase cavalry attack by 33%. Baggins militia line gives plus 5 armor. Blacksmith work 80% faster. Fun as the Bengalis research or civilization bonuses. There, of course, an elephant and naval civilization. Elephants receive 25% less bonus damage, which makes it so spearmen less effective. Towns spawn 2 villagers when next age's researchers. It can be quite nice. Cavalry gets plus 2 attack versus skirmishers. Ships regenerate health. Monks get plus 3 armor. Ratas, which is a chariot, cavalry archer / cavalry, and pox. Rats and elephants attack 20% faster. Mahayans, monks and villagers and monks take 10% less population room, which basically gives them a little 10% additional max population. Red units yields 10% of food additional good, which is not going to be very useful. Here's stuff engagement. I think just skirmisher scouts engage each other. Which the blue scout does live. Both players now feudal rage, and now I've got some skirmishers or scouts advancing on forward. Got 3 scouts now pushing way forward, maybe trying to break through some of these palisade walls. We do got a good little choke point here, but there's not a lot of villagers actually garrison that choke point. This goat has been killed a bit too far away. And now I've got the scout pushing way forward. There's finding some hits there on this villager. Town center will potentially kill that wounded scout. What's in front? The arrows are flagging behind, hitting the other scout. And 2 of these scouts are severely wounded. I don't think they're going to get much work done. The villagers can just turn around and shank them. More scouts pushing way forward. I got this now. This spearman trying to engage this force. And this force does go in and fall on back. You now have this Bulgarian man-at-arms pushing way forward. A single man-at-arm can do some good work. Actually, no, there's 3 of them. How did I miss the 3? I'm blind. Of course, when the Bulgarian player goes up to feudal age, he immediately gets his man-at-arms put on the field. There's a lot of infantry upgrades and infantry capability that the Bulgarians can deploy out. Thanks back to get cheaper blacksmith technologies and free militia line, plus additional armor for his militia line. Though I don't think they can get all the melee armor. No, they can get. Yeah, they can get all the melee armor as well, so they can be very resilient melee units. When these scouts going down, man-at-arms will be finished on up. Does not finish off the scout here. That course does force Blue back at home. He may not be eyeing for any aggression. Nope, he's going. Yep, he's going to eye aggression with these two scouts. They're a little bit wounded. This lion could nom on some of those scouts there, but lions and wolves do not eat scouts nor monks. This scout will be patrolling around. This one is making his way forward. Is severely wounded. And both sides, it looks like he's going up at the moment. Villagers pulling up more villagers. Looks like he's a little bit slow on villager production. Both players now eyeing for Castle Age now. About the same time as well. We got this Spearman advancing forward with this single villager here. And the line will go down. Scout cavalry here. Eyeing for a fort house. How menacingly. Castle Age there. And Castle Age almost complete here. I'm not so sure what he's planning to do with this Castle Age and the Spearman and the Ford Villager. I still don't know what Yellow's planning here. Not going any more villagers right now. He's going for a Ford Siege Workshop. We do not have a battle elephant for the field. This we deal with battle elephants is monks. Let's see. This civilization is also not a monk civilization and can't get heresy as well. So you have to be quick on the draw and suicide your units before they go down. Now these battle elephants are push way forward. What does Yellow see? Sees the battle elephant now. Battle elephants make his way forward. Does get inside the town center now. The battle elephants do have plenty of health to soak damage with. Does have his Force Siege Workshop there. Pull out some Mangonel. And this Spearman will force back this battle elephant. They're just gonna be tasked back to work. Now got these two battle elephants quickly focusing on that Spearman. He does save this battle elephant. Can he get a... Nope, no health regen capability for the elephants. He will have to bring it back. He probably could. Yeah, he does have a monk there. Monk will spot this force here. Trying to convert. Spearman does no converts the villager. That denies him from building this structure there. He built a... Oh wait, the battle elephant may go down the lion. It would take 9 more noms there, but converts a villager there, denying this aggression right there. Very, very, very good conversion there. Battle elephant will receive some more fire there. Has to be very, very careful. Now getting healed up by the monk. More housing being researched now. We have this. Mangonels, 2 Mangonels being put on the field. We do got some pikemen here as well. Pikemen will be good item versus those battle elephants. Though they do less bonus damage, they do still good bonus damage. More pikemen being put on the field. He has built this monastery there. He needs to go for 4 monks to help convert these battle elephants. And the village trying to go for more forward housing. You monster. We do not have the blue Mangonel charging forward. Does find a good hit there on the lion. I hear conversion going off somewhere. I'm not sure who's converting who. Yellow does have now some of these monks now on the field. Finds a good hit there on that villager, taking him out. The high ground damage along to one-shot these villagers. Gets a small damage onto this town center. Boost the Mangonel's advance forward. Is get repaired on up. Yellow's Mangonel's received by the fire there. And one of Yellow's Mangonels do go down. A couple of these pikemen advancing forward. Does get the garrison town center. And does see a pretty nasty hit there as well. Pikeman received a good hit there. Blue's doing a great job with the micro of his Mangonels, though one of them is a bit wounded. Got the scout camping that relic. Now got an outpost being constructed out there. He's trying to get some good spawning there. Very, very nice. Outsider receiving some fire, receiving repairs as well. Another Mangonel being put on the front line. Now these two blue Mangonels advancing forward. This Mangonel's on the high ground, but two of them should be able to overwhelm this yellow Mangonel. And receive a pretty good volley there. Has the high ground. He did stay alive thanks to that volley. And does get directed there on Blue's Mangonel, taking it out. Takes out that pikeman. Outpost do have no sort of defensive whatsoever. Does repair the Mangonel there. Takes out the farm. Blue does get a good hit there. Of course, the high ground does save it. And does kill off one of the yellow's Mangonels in this region. Does get some splash damage there on Blue's Mangonel. Yellow's out of resources to repair. Right now, Blue does have a superior number of villager count, 83 to 52. And Yellow does lose another Mangonel as well. Blue's doing a great job on the defense. Blue now has 4 Mangonels in this region. It's even nice volley there, and does take out Yellow's Mangonel there as well. Do now have a 4 Krapos on the field. I do hear some perversion there. It's Blue's monks are pushing way forward. Trying to convert some of these battle elephants. He does have a number of monks here for defense. I wonder if either side has redemption. Is it redemption that converts some other monks? Oh no, Bulgarians cannot get sanctity or atonement to convert opposing monks. Does take out that suicide that battle elephant there. Let's get that one there, and we'll get a stab there. And does suicide it before it gets converted. Krapos 78% being complete. Receive a bit of fire there. Now we've got a long swords advancing forward, trying to hack down some of the stuff. And Blue does loses Mangonel there. This Krapos can be completed. We've got another Krapos here. So Yellow's eyeing from mass Krapos there. Great volley there. Great volley there. This Krapos perhaps could be quickly built up there. Does lose this long swordsman there. Does suicide that unit. Yellow's eyeing for more aggression, trying to build Krapos. Krapos is like a mini castle, like a half-price castle. Now we've got a castle being employed out by Blue as well. Monk's trying to go for some conversions there. The Krapos is complete. He needs fast take time to repair up the Krapos. Does lose that Mangonel. Mangonel does go down there. Not sure what these yellow monks are doing. They still have the conversion available. Some of these villagers are starting going down. Yellow back to the game. Okay, looks like he decided to back to the game. He could have stuck around a little bit longer. By the way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And that is going to be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening, get some good rest, and enjoy.